So I think that it's appropriate to now talk about the New York Knicks, who made the playoffs in 2021 for the first time in 7 years. Now, the question I want to answer today is, are the New York Knicks truly on the rise? Now, for me, the jury is still out. I want to see what the New York Knicks look like next year, because I think that year 2 under Tom Thibodeau is going to tell me a lot about the direction of this team and how this roster is going to look going forward and how this roster projects. You can experiment with a team here and there, and you can surprise people for a year, but then fall off the map the very next year. I want to see the New York Knicks continue to build and sustain success. Okay? When I see that the New York Knicks can repeat similar success next year and show me that they're on track to continue to get better and better year in and year out, then I will officially say the New York Knicks are back. But the jury for me is still out. Now, for you Knicks fans out there, if you disagree with me, that's fine. But I will say this. You should at least definitely be very optimistic if you're a Knicks fan. Whether the Knicks are truly on the rise or not, we can debate that all day. But I think that where we all can compromise and agree on a certain term is this. The New York Knicks seem to be in a place where there's some true direction with this team. There's at least a plan put in place. At least we think so. And I think Knicks fans should be optimistic. First of all, last year in 2020, the Knicks were 21-45. Not a good record at all. This year, in 2021, they went 41-31 during the regular season. A 20-game improvement. They're a playoff team. They have a chance to win a playoff series this year. It appears that they've gotten the head coach right. Tom Thibodeau has turned around this team. Now, there might be a ceiling with Tom Thibodeau to me. I don't know how this roster is going to look over the years with Tom Thibodeau, because we've seen Tom Thibodeau turn around, teams that have needed kind of a little bit of a, kickstart to a rebuild. But we haven't seen Tom Thibodeau always compete for championships. So I think that there might be a ceiling with Tom Thibodeau here. I don't know if he's the head coach that's going to win the Knicks a championship one day. And winning a championship is hard, okay? There's a lot of things that factor into that, okay? There might be a ceiling for now, but you look at Julius Randle, had a breakout season, career high in points, rebounds, and assists. Emmanuel Quickly, a really good rookie. RJ Barrett seems to be getting better and better. Derrick Rose is a good veteran player. This Knicks team has a solid bench. And what you hope for the New York Knicks is that they continue to, reestablish themselves as this historically great franchise, and potentially they might be able to land a star one day if the chips fall in their favor. Maybe a Kawhi Leonard, maybe a Giannis Antetokounmpo down the road. We'll see. But are the New York Knicks truly on the rise? Only time will tell, but I do like the direction the Knicks are going in. I think that this team plays hard. Tom Thibodeau has this team buying into a new culture. And I think the culture is slowly but surely definitely being changed with the Knicks. And it seems like the Knicks are staying the course. They're drafting well. They're not overspending for players that don't fit their team or their culture. A long time ago, the Knicks would just get greedy and spend in free agency for players that don't fit the team, don't fit the culture, and it would just be a mess. But I think they're truly being patient and staying the course. And a couple more good drafts, a couple of years of developing Julius Randle and RJ Barrett, maybe adding a star or two. The New York Knicks really could be, firing on all cylinders in the next couple of years eventually. But only time will tell. That is how I feel about the Knicks, and if they're on the rise. We'll see. Thank you so much for watching this video today. Please also note that the Juice Alert Sports Podcast is not just a YouTube channel. It is available on all podcasting platforms, including Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes, and Apple Podcasts. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this content with all your friends. This podcast is my favorite thing in the entire world right now. It is my passion. And I want more people to listen to this podcast. I really want this podcast to grow. Also, a fun fact about me is that I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I am looking to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. And I potentially would like to start my own network if this podcast really truly grows. Or if I fall short of that goal, I would love to work for a big time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. I am open to all networks. So if you believe in my dreams and you see or hear my passion through the screen, be sure to tell all your friends about the Juice Alert Sports Podcast. Stay motivated, you guys. Have a God bless day, and I'm out.